Donald Trump got COVID-19. We'll discuss that a little bit further, a little bit later. We should want our president to get better. But in the process of getting better, we should not let our humanity forget what Donald Trump represents. Let him get better, but let's not allow him to continue doing what he has done, what he will continue to do when he gets better. Check this out, and then we'll take it on the other side.
We all have heard already tonight how Joe Biden reacted to the president testing positive, wished the best for the president and his wife, for the first lady. He did the respectable, decent thing that you would expect Joe Biden to do. Exactly, and I mean exactly 4 years ago tonight, Donald Trump was reacting to Hillary Clinton having a health struggle, which turned out to be pneumonia. Hillary Clinton was seen having some struggle getting into an automobile. Turned out to be pneumonia. She lost a couple of days on the campaign trail. Here is the video of exactly 4 years ago about how candidate Donald Trump reacted to Hillary Clinton's temporary, very temporary health problem.
Here's a woman. She's supposed to fight all of these different things, and she can't make it 15 feet to her car. Give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a break. She's home resting right now. She's getting ready for her next speech, which is going to be about 15 minutes, and it's going to be in 2 or 3 days.
Now let's remember, Hillary got pneumonia. She had no clue that she would have gotten it. Donald Trump got COVID-19. We'll continue this on the other side. Do remember that this is what he believes.
I wear masks when needed. When needed, I wear masks.
Okay, let me ask.
I don't wear masks like him. Every time you see him, he's got a mask. He could be speaking 200 feet away from it. He shows up with the biggest mask I've ever seen.
So, in as much as we all know how this virus is transmitted, in as much as we knew, Donald Trump knew because he said it to Bob Woodward, that this virus is airborne and it's much nastier than the flu. But he still thought, because he could create a bubble around him, he thought creating a bubble around him would save him. But to hell with everybody else. But you know what? Bubbles can burst. And it seemed like we had an event that did just that. And it's suffering. We're suffering the consequences of that. And the president is suffering the consequences of that as well.
There is no greater proof point to the Trump administration's failure on the virus than the fact that the president himself, 8 months into this virus, and a virus that many countries have been able to contain, the president himself, because of his own inability to wear a mask, or not inability, but unwillingness to wear a mask or socially distance or do anything the scientists and experts said, he has the virus. And I think that is a statement in of itself that voters will understand. The voters will understand that he has mishandled the virus, that the virus is, that there seems to be a super spreader event at the White House where multiple White House staff and press have been infected, and that the president's own actions have been gravely irresponsible. And that is why he's in the situation he's in.
Yes, we want compassion for this president. Yes, we want to get better, this president to get better. However, let's not expect getting better changes anything. And let's not believe that there's a certain kind of false politeness that is necessary. Anand Giradharadas said it best.
There's been, as you know, this discussion today about norms of politeness, and a lot of people saying you got to wish him well even if you don't like him, and other people saying no, I don't have to wish him well. But I think what's lost in that debate is that since this pandemic struck the world and this country, he has not wished us well. He has almost willfully, it seems to me, made choices that would result in the death of people. It has been a policy consistently, from the mask wearing to the bleach advertising, so on and so forth, a policy that whose inevitable consequence was kind of manslaughter at giant scale. And so it's this very bizarre moment when it comes around to him. And I think your point that you made very briefly, just to expand on for a second, it is wonderful for him. You and me and Zerlina are paying some of the money we earn for him to take that helicopter and get the best care he can. And I don't think any of the three of us or anybody watching this resent, maybe some people resent it a little, but we all pay, and we're hoping he gets the care he needs, and we're paying for that test, and we're paying for the ventilator. In so many recent years, as was recently revealed, refused to pay those taxes for you and me and Zerlina to have care in case we were to need it one day, in case 300 million other people were to need it one day. This moment is not just a moment, frankly, of one man's health. His behavior has made that an impossibility. This is a moment in which we have to ask if someone who was so unable to care for the American people that he got ensnared and was unable to care for himself, what chance does he have to take care of anybody for 4 more years?
That is the question. He's had 4 years, and in those 4 years, he has all but destroyed a nation. 200,000 plus people dead. An economy in shambles, where we have charlatans that are making billions from the pain and suffering from the rest of Americans because of what can only be considered a K-style recovery, which means the very top continues to grow and go up, and the bottom, the lower 80%, continues to suffer. And most of all, that he continues to have spreader events. And the last one that he had caused the deaths of many. We can count on him having now infected Mike Lee, Tom Tillis, John Jenkins, 3 journalists, Kellyanne Conway, Hope Hicks, his wife, himself, and Bill Stepien. Folks, yes, we hope for the best for the president. We hope that this president gets over and lives. But what we need going forward is a landslide victory against what can only be considered the worst thing that has ever happened to America, not only in this century, but in the past 100 years. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number 1, subscribe to our channel, and number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.